Hey guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 399th episode of my series, where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So to close out this 5-album run of 80s classics, I thought it was high time we went over to Philadelphia to talk about Schoolie D, a veteran who's been putting in work for so long that he's actually the pioneer that Ice-T directly has referenced as the main influence behind his game-changing single 6 in the Morning, and that in turn would inspire Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day. The Schoolie D track that Ice-T took this inspiration from proved to be one of hip-hop's earliest explorations into what would later be classified as gangster rap, and this revolutionary moment was titled PSK, or What Does It Mean?, and came off Schoolie's 1985 self-titled debut, with PSK standing for Parkside Killers. And to say putting that type of reference in your leading single is a risk would be a vast understatement, because even though most major labels wouldn't really blink an eye at that type of thing nowadays, you have to remember this was back when rap music was still mainly seen as a commodity from the outside. And I can't imagine the prospect of shouting out a specific set of a gang sounded all too lucrative to the white label heads of the time. At the end of the day, I feel like it was the content and approach in general that rappers really took a page from, because as Ice-T will tell you, even though he was doing gang-related raps to his homies behind the scenes, for a while he kept it to himself and off the records, because he assumed it was too negative and nobody would want to hear that stuff. And there's probably a legion of other MCs who felt the same way, and who knows if they ever would have felt comfortable enough to take a swing with this type of content, unless Schoolie D hadn't come along first and proved it was viable. Even if you aren't an old school hip hop head, there's still a good chance you're familiar with this dude just through the fact that he did the timeless Aqua Teen Hunger Force theme remix thing. But today I'm bridging the gap between those later days and the first project I was discussing a moment ago by choosing to tackle his third studio full-length, 1988's Smoke Some Kill. While he didn't really continue adding much to his output following the 1990s, I still feel like his discography ends up falling a bit on the underrated side, because following his self-titled breakout album, Schoolie capitalized on his newfound success with 1986's Saturday Night, the album, and then following his third LP here, he went on to drop a couple more killer projects, including 1989's Am I Black Enough For You and 1991's How a Black Man Feels. What I really enjoy about Smoke Some Kill here is how the shadowy, dark instrumentals build this murky aesthetic for Schoolie D to deliver his grimy gangsta rap bars over. And I love how tracks like Here We Go Again and Another Poem utilize instruments like pan flutes to create a unique kind of atmosphere that you really don't get from many other releases of this era. Plus, the drum loops are absolutely immaculate, giving us a wide variety of breaks that range from slow, rock-inspired beats to more upbeat moments that employ the traditional hip-hop deep 808s and rattling hi-hats. I already brought up Here We Go Again for the immaculate instrumental that accompanies it, but I want to delve a bit deeper into this personal favorite of mine to share a handful of Schoolie D's dope lines, which he delivers with a flow highly reminiscent of Run DMC. He starts this set of bars off rapping, "Turn up the bass to make a funky sound, like a nuclear bomb hitting the ground. Grab a fat chain, put around my neck, hell of a man and I'm getting respect. When I step on stage, make the girls say ow, turn up my microphone and I'm showing you how. All the money makers in the place, I'll make them say ho, here we go again." He repeats that refrain a few times as kind of the hook, before going right into the second verse, which I figured I'll share as well since it's equally as brief. And he kicks off this section with, "I'm not a shoe shine Negro, I'm proud to be black, proud to be on this microphone hitting this rap, proud to be chillin' hard with my boys on the Ave, proud to do what I do and to have what I have, proud to be Schoolie School and you all know my name, proud to make lots of money but I'm not insane, 'cause people don't dig it when you start acting fame, not a toy, not a boy and ain't playing no games. As if Schoolie D wasn't enough of a monster already, here he truly shows how skilled he was at creating an entire experience out of nothing. Because not only were there zero features or guest appearances on Smoke Some Kill, but 100% of the stellar production was handled by this man as well. When it comes to the tracks that didn't quite make the top of the heap, but definitely still deserve an honorable mention, I want to recommend songs like Mr. Big Dick, Gangsta Boogie 2, This Is It, Ain't Gonna Rain, No More Rock and Roll, Same White Bitch, Got You Strung Out on Cane, Treacherous, and Fat Gold Chain. Then, as for my top 3 favorite moments, I think I'd have to give it up to the title track, Here We Go Again, and Another Poem. Thank you for watching my 399th video. Next time we're starting off a brand new set of 2000s classics. And since it's my 400th episode, I thought it would be cool to do a personal favorite of mine that I only managed to grab recently. So check in to see what masterpieces I have lined up, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite moments off this criminally underrated project are. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Okay, alright.